Welcome back to TheChowTimePod. It's your host, Red. I got videos today from Darius M. Again, please like, subscribe, comment down below. I really appreciate that. Let's get that. Ciao.
In China, if a woman is over 30 years old and she is not married, she will be called 剩女, 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 which means leftover woman.
Marriage is like the lottery. You're probably not going to win.
I'm 45 years old, and I'm still not married and don't have children. Now I deeply feel that, sisters, you should get married sooner, because women who don't get married really have a tough time.
I am 38 years old, and I am considered a leftover woman at this age. My life has become very difficult recently, and I feel lost.
See, they struggle overseas too, right? So if you got your passports, understand that feminism has seeped in some foreign countries, right? These women, they 38, 45, 28, 29, and their culture, they shun that. If you ain't married by a certain age, it's like you're an outcast, right? You are literally left over. But in America and in the West, it's like glorified for you to be single. Right? They love being single at 35, 40 and
strong and
having
independent
kids by different men. Overseas, it ain't like that. Your family will see you as a nobody practically.
Well, your family sees you as a burden because when things happen, guess who has to take care of you? Your family, instead of the person that you should be married to.
I don't know how I went from being a positive and optimistic girl to who I am now. In the past, I was always a kind and optimistic girl, doing my best to solve problems and face challenges with a positive attitude. But now, I have lost the courage to face problems, and I no longer have the ability to solve them. When faced with trouble, I can only cry, feeling helpless. Right now, I feel like I have no support, and there is no reliable man to depend on, and I feel both pathetic and sad.
It's no reliable man to depend on. There were plenty crawling for you before, but you passed them all up.
把自己嫁出去吧。
I sincerely advise all women to get married as early as possible, ideally before the age of 28.
She's in her car doing videos. At least she's warning women, right? In America, they don't warn you. They just say, well, live your life. If it comes, it comes. You know, God will send you a man when he's ready. Just sit down and do nothing.
Never settle.
These women are warning other women to say, hey, you got to make it happen. Else you're going to be, struggling. You're going to be 35, 40, 45, and you're going to be alone and miserable.
Because once you pass 30, you will truly find that both the quality of your options and the number of men who are interested in you on the matchmaking market will decrease sharply.
Of course.
At this age, people begin to think you're getting older and start to lose their expectations for you. Many matchmakers no longer consider your actual compatibility but just try to pair you with any man, believing that you're too old to deserve a better one.
It's true.
True.
The older you get as a woman, the harder it is for you to get a quality man, because us men, we don't value a woman's work ethic. We don't care how many degrees you got. We don't care if you run a business. We don't care who you work for. We want a woman who's fit, feminine, and friendly. And that comes with age, because we want a woman to be able to, bear our children.
And that just someone decent will do. The older you get, no matter how outstanding you are, the fewer choices you have.
I guess, Asian countries and Asian culture is harsh about this. My family is harsh about this. If you're not married before 25 as a woman, my family is harsh. Even me, I am 38. You know how much my family looks at me and is just like, where's the kids? Where's the wife? Where's the kids? Like, it is such a prevalent thing in our culture. And I'm not saying it to be like a bad thing. I think it's a great thing because they want families to grow. They want our family to grow. They want you to be more fulfilled in life. And they know being fulfilled in life usually has to do with kids. And it's not, I hate that the fact that some of the millennial, or not the younger generation, when older generations tell them these things, they're like, oh, they don't know better. They don't know anything. No, they're trying to give you the best advice that they have.
I feel like such a mature adult today. I went to the gym and then afterwards I actually showered.
What?
Oh, hell no!
What?
I'm in my 30s no kids, single. In my Chinese culture, I would be called a 剩女 or leftover. But could you please explain to me
she's
why
cute.
I look
Because the Chinese culture, they value family, right? She looked like she's a Blasian, as they say, black and Asian.
She does look like Malaysian.
With her hair and everything, and she's adopted the Western feminist culture.
the
Correct.
world is my ocean, and you're telling me I'm a leftover?
Hello everyone, I am
See, the thing is, you're left over in the dating market. We're not saying you lost value as a person. We're not saying you're an invaluable person or anything. No, we're just saying as a mate, a valuable mate for a lot of men, you do not qualify anymore, but you're probably still a wonderful, miserable person.
38 years old now. I'm currently a single woman, and I should be one of the first single women of my age in the village. Actually, there's another sister in our village who is the same age as me, 42, but she has already found a partner, a man from the neighboring village. When I saw the man she found, I was really shocked, and I felt a deep sense of regret. That day, when I saw her partner, I regretted so much. I regretted not getting married earlier, and I regretted letting my age reach 38 before starting to think about marriage.
Here's the thing. Overseas, she don't look like 38. She looks like she's probably in her early to mid 20s.
Yeah.
So
No, I
over
would
in
say
China,
mid-20s.
they can get away with it a little bit. In America, chicks be 38, they be looking 55.
Bro, there's chicks that are 25 that look like 45.
It be women that be 21 and they be looking 30 in the States.
Hi guys, it's Hui from China. I'm 30 years old and I'm single. What does a charming woman like me in China eat for dinner?
I'm here to tell you right now.
We don't care.
We don't care.
我敢说，没有比我更蠢的女人了吧？
As a girl born in 1990 from an ordinary family, now 34 years old, when I think back on the path I've walked, I really feel a bit foolish. Many years ago, I believed in all those so-called toxic self-help advice, thinking that girls should first enrich themselves.
Guess what? Feminism, translation. She believed in that. She drunk the Kool-Aid. They told her you can do whatever you want.
See, the thing is, in China, society does not conform that well to feminism. Feminism got in there. Women's brains got rotted by it, but society still stayed the same, or at least very similar enough to where they realized, crap.
You can be a girl boss, you can be a boss bee, and look where it gets them. Listen, that happens overseas too. It ain't just in America. It's chicks that drink that Kool-Aid, that follow that feminism route, and look where it gets them. Nowhere. They make a few dollars, they get a degree or two, they do a little traveling, but at the end of the day, they don't have no man.
Take their time, and not rush, believing that one day I would find a man who is not only wealthy but also handsome and considerate. In the end, reality gave me a hard slap in the face.
Of course.
And now I've become an older single woman.
Why I am still single?
Did you go out last weekend?
No.
Did you talk to any boys?
No.
How about the one you told me last time?
Bad Bunny?
Did you talk to him?
Nope.
No wonder you're still single.
26岁的时候，男生跟我说你年纪大了。
That easy.
This year, I am
Science.
39 years old, and through the process of arranged dating, I have gradually become aware of some issues. I remember when I was 26, a man I met through an arranged date told me that I was getting old because he believed that 25-year-old women were the most suitable for having children.
I agree.
See, they don't play over.
That's most cultures, and biology actually dictates that. Science dictates that. Like, human nature, human history dictates that.
See, the dudes, listen, they're vocal. They're going to be straight up and direct. A man in America, they'd be like, oh, you 35, oh, you hot, you cute, you sexy, okay. Men overseas, they're like, yo, you too old. They tell her how it is.
Later, when I was in my 30s, other men said the same thing. One of them mentioned that he preferred to find a 27-year-old woman. It became clear to me that the problem might have started the moment I entered the arranged dating market. I had already lost.
民法典婚姻家事编司法解释2马上就要施行了。
Brothers, everyone pay attention. Starting from February 1st, the Judicial Interpretation 2 of the Marriage and Family chapter of the Civil Code has officially been implemented. This judicial interpretation consists of 21 articles, and many of the changes in these articles have truly caught those gold diggers off guard, especially the one about adding a spouse's name to the property title after marriage, which has undergone a huge transformation.
A lot of you guys think that only American men go through the hardships of divorce and family court. No, they do it to men overseas too. Like they be taking men's money and breaking them down and emasculating them in court. They be taking a lot of you guys think that a lot of you guys think that only men in America in the West get done dirty in family court and divorce court. No, it happens overseas too. They take your money all over there, right? These Chinese men be going through it. These Asian guys, it ain't just Western men. They get emasculated and your property and assets stripped from you in family court. No, it happens overseas too.
Yeah, because a lot of countries have been modernized to where, they've given women a little bit more rights. They do want to take care of women. They don't want women to get divorced and just end up on the streets and die. So they did change laws similar to how the West have laws for at least some of the countries. Like the smaller Asian countries, Southeast Asian countries is not like that. But, China's huge.
You see, in the past, if the name of a spouse was added to the property title, many people would think that this meant half of the house was freely given to the other party as a gift. But now, this operation of adding a name to the property title has become completely different. The property that belonged to one person before marriage, even after adding the spouse's name, still belongs to the original owner.
Nice.
What's even more surprising...
I think I did a video about this, saying that Trump signed the executive order on our side. It was not true. I think they were going about this news and they were hoping that Trump was doing it on the other news. So Trump did not sign anything in particular. Hopefully Trump sees this and sees everything going on and maybe thinks about it a little bit more.
Surprising is that in the past, if the parents paid for the house for their child and the names of both spouses were on the property title, the general public would think that the house was a gift from the parents to the couple. But now the situation has changed. The new rule clearly states that if the parents pay for the house will belong to the side of the parent who paid.
That makes sense.
In other words, the property belongs to whoever paid for it. For women, this means that marriage is no longer an insurance box. In the past, many women thought that after marriage, if their name was added to the property title, it was a kind of security from their husband. But now, if a woman does not have economic ability when it comes to divorce, there's not much she can take with her. In fact, she might end up with nothing. For men, the impact of this change is even bigger.
Putting the power back in men's hands. I'm happy. Here's the thing, it's all fair. You can't just get married and then when you're done with the guy, just take his assets and resources and take the house. That's evil, man. That's highway robbery.
I mean, when you gotta think about it, when you take care of them, like you're being taken care of, being paid for, being, like everything is provided for you. Even if it was 18 years and then you divorced him, your whole lifestyle was provided for you for 18 years. If without him, you would have to work for 18 years and do whatever the hell you needed to do. So you still had a good life in a sense because of him.
The courts, they are so biased against these dads, against these men. That's why men are saying, you know what, I'm done. I'm tapping out. And that's why so many men are not getting married, not just in America, but in China, as you can see.
I'm really angry right now. Sisters, I really have to remind you all. The new marriage law for 2025 is out, and we can't keep sacrificing ourselves for that little family anymore.
That's sad. Listen, women are not in it for love. They're in it for business.
Yep. They don't care assets.
About you. They care about the resources and what they're able to get. So they'll give you a kid or two or three. They'll marry, but they want something in return. Right? She said that little family, like it's nothing.
Stop just staying at home, raising the kids, and doing all the chores every day. Oh my God, you're stuck at home like a maid.
You're going to have to clean up behind yourself anyway if you're a single woman.
Cleaning floors, wiping surfaces, and you don't even have the time to wash your face or put on makeup.
What are you talking about? Who is doing all of that all day where you can't even take care of yourself?
It takes no more than 20 minutes to wipe down surfaces and do some dishes. That is not hard. They got dishwashers. And they talk about some washing your face and put on makeup. They more concerned about doing that than actually taking care of family, taking care of kids.
You're working so hard, but the man still thinks you haven't contributed anything. This is just ridiculous. Today, a lot of men left comments on my post. Reading those disgusting comments...
Okay, I would disagree that I would not say that she did not contribute anything. Like, I feel like it's still, she is contributing her half. This is why I don't think that they shouldn't get nothing. Like, if she contributed her half, did what she was supposed to do as a wife, and then you guys broke up later, I still think she deserves some things, right? She doesn't deserve to just have everything taken away from her. Just my own opinion. Probably a little bit of hot take on it, but in my opinion, if someone gave you 2 kids and everything was kind of okay, your kids are fully grown now, give them a little bit of stuff. Not saying half my stuff, but give them something.
From men really made me mad. I really don't want to discuss it with them anymore. Some men don't even come and leave comments for me. Let me read some of these comments to you. It all started when I said men should buy a house for the girl. As a result, a lot of men left sarcastic comments. Some said, then you women should buy your own house, why wait for the man to buy it for you?
Yep.
Others said, most women just want to freeload a house from men.
Yep.
Some even said, these women don't want to buy a house for themselves. They just like it when men buy it for them. That's what makes them feel comfortable.
The number of
I didn't hear anything wrong in any of those comments.
People who might get married in the future will likely continue to decrease, and the reason behind this is quite simple: the implementation of the new marriage law, which essentially clarifies the ownership of assets. In simple terms, who owns what money, who owns what house, and who owns what property from their parents.
One
of the biggest highlights of the new marriage law is the clear protection of premarital property, which no longer
differs. See, it's protection of premarital property. So everything you earn in the family still seems like it gets split up. But if I inherited a house from my family, or from my father, or from my parents, you can't touch it. Makes total sense.
Differentiates between men and women. Both men and women now have equal rights to their property, and no one can easily acquire the other party's assets through marriage.
It works out for both.
Women are mad because they can't extort you anymore. They can't pretend to like you. Like, they can't just play along in the marriage and everything, go down the aisle and put on the wedding dress, and then 8, 10, 12 years say, okay, I'm done with you. They can't do that anymore.
True.
Men's assets are protected. I'm so happy this stuff is being implemented overseas. Enough of taking men's resources. Just because you stay home and take care of some kids and everything or whatever doesn't entitle you to a man's savings.
Many people might find this difficult to understand, and the introduction of this new law has sparked a lot of debate. After I expressed my support for the new marriage law, some people became emotionally agitated and sent me some unspeakably harsh and offensive words. Yesterday, a sister messaged me saying that the new judicial interpretation of the marriage law clearly favors men, especially in terms of post-marriage property ownership.
How does that favor men?
Yeah, it favors whoever has property.
If I bought this mouse before I met you, and you leave me, you want the mouse, does that make any sense? That's oh my goodness, that's selfish. I'm so happy for these Asian men over there. I'm glad that these women aren't able to just take your resources and take your stuff and move on to the next guy like it ain't nothing and leaving you high and dry.
Mm-hmm.
Everything you work for is going to be protected.
What is this? This is slim. Slim what? I'm slim. I'm medium rare. I'm slim thick.
I need a rich husband.
You've got this. Come on now, just like that. Just like that.
Modern women are modern women. There's a lot of them all over the place. There is more traditional women in those areas. A lot of Southeast Asians, a lot of South America, Africa areas. A lot of traditional women. But feminism has seeped into everything. I'm sure there's quite a bit of feminists in the Philippines. Probably even a feminist here or there in Cambodia or so. You just gotta vet women. Doesn't matter where they come from. Unless laws fully change here, which I believe they have not, then we have to protect ourselves at all times. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. I really appreciate that. And I think